The person who speaks the most in a meeting is often the one with the least amount of actual power. Most people think status is about noise, dominance, and constant self-promotion. They are wrong. In the world of high-stakes social dynamics, over-explaining is a submissive trait. It is a tell. It signals to everyone in the room that you are seeking permission to exist. We are breaking down the status game illusion. Disclaimer: this script discusses behavioral psychology and social engineering. These techniques are designed to improve social calibration and self-confidence. They should never be used to manipulate, isolate, or demean others. True power is used to uplift, not to suppress. The trap of the try-hard. Imagine a high-end gala. Two men are standing near the bar. One is wearing a $5,000 suit with a loud pattern. He is talking fast. He is laughing at his own jokes. He is constantly scanning the room to see who is watching him. He looks successful, but he feels frantic. The other man is wearing a plain navy sweater. He says almost nothing. He listens with intense focus. When he does speak, the room goes quiet to hear him. The first man is playing a game he can't win. He is suffering from try-hardism. Evolutionary psychology suggests that high-status individuals do not need to advertise their rank. According to a 2012 study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology by Anderson and Kilduff, individuals who are perceived as high status actually use pro-social behaviors. They don't dominate through aggression, they dominate through perceived competence and a lack of neediness. If you feel the need to prove you're the smartest person in the room, you've already lost. 1. The psychology of low-status signaling. Counterintuitively, the most powerful move you can make is to signal that you don't care about status at all. This is called low-status signaling. Think about it. Who explains themselves more, the CEO or the intern? When you over-explain your decisions, you are subconsciously signaling that you believe others have the right to judge you. You are giving them authority. A 2015 study by researchers at the University of California, Berkeley, found that vocal fry and uptalk, that is, ending sentences with a rising pitch like a question, are perceived as low status. Why? Because they seek external validation. The fix. State your point. Stop talking. Embrace the silence. Silence creates a status vacuum. People will rush to fill it. Let them. 2. Why high-value silence works. Silence is an expensive resource. Only those who are comfortable in their own skin can afford it. In 1998, Robert Greene published the 48 Laws of Power. Law 4 states, always say less than necessary. Greene argues that the more you say, the more common you appear. When you are silent, you become a Rorschach test. People project their own insecurities or admirations onto you. You become a mystery. And in the social hierarchy, mystery is a form of leverage. You might be thinking, won't people just think I'm boring or have nothing to say? Actually, no. A study in the journal, Science, 2014, showed that people would rather receive electric shocks than be left alone with their own thoughts for 15 minutes. Most people are terrified of silence. If you are the one who is comfortable with it, you are the one in control of the emotional climate of the room. 3. The explainer's debt. Every time you justify a no, you are paying an explainer's debt. Weak. I can't make it to the party because my car is acting up, and I really have a lot of work to do, and I'm just feeling kind of tired. Strong. I can't make it tonight, but thanks for the invite. The first response gives the other person hooks to pull you back in. They can offer you a ride. They can tell you to work later. They now own your time. The second response is a closed loop. It is authoritative. It shows you respect your own boundaries enough that they don't require a defense. 4. Identifying the status tell. In poker, a tell is a physical habit that reveals your hand. In social life, your tell is often your reaction to criticism. High-status individuals have low reactivity. According to research on social dominance orientation, SDO, people who feel secure in their position do not react to petty insults or challenges. They view them as beneath their notice. If someone insults you and you immediately snap back with a clever retort, you have traded status with them. You have acknowledged that their opinion matters. The real world move. When someone tries to alpha you with a backhanded compliment, simply look at them for 2 seconds. Don't frown. Don't smile. Then, turn to someone else and continue the previous conversation. You haven't just won the argument, you've ended the game. 5. The Prattfall Effect and genuine power. You don't have to be a robot to be high status. In fact, being perfect often makes you look like a try-hard. Social psychology calls this the Prattfall Effect. This concept, first studied by Elliot Aronson in 1966, suggests that competent people become more likable and influential when they make a small mistake. The try-hard hides every flaw. The high-value person admits a mistake casually. Because they aren't afraid of losing status, they actually gain it. It shows they are so secure that a small error doesn't threaten their foundation. 6. Combating childhood scripts. Most try-hard behavior comes from childhood wounds. Perhaps you were the middle child who had to scream to be heard. Or perhaps you had a hypercritical parent, and you learned that over-explaining was the only way to avoid punishment. These are survival mechanisms that have outlived the usefulness. You are no longer that child. You do not need to audition for the right to be in the room. Recognize the itch to over-explain as a ghost of the past. When you feel that urge to fill the silence, take a breath. Count to 3. Realize that your presence is enough. 7. The power of selective presence. Economically, value is determined by scarcity. The same applies to your social presence. If you are at every event, in every group chat, and responding to every DM within 30 seconds, your status drops. You are infinite supply. High-status individuals practice selective presence. They don't attend every meeting. They don't share every thought. They are low-frequency, high-impact. A 2023 analysis of leadership communication styles showed that leaders who communicated less frequently but with higher clarity were rated 30% more visionary than those who were constantly available. 8. Actionable steps for today. How do you implement high-value silence without looking like a jerk? Use these 3 bite-sized steps. 1. The 2-second pause. When someone asks you a question, wait 2 full seconds before answering. It shows you are thinking, not reacting. 2. The no justification rule. Try to say no to one minor request this week without giving a reason. See how the world doesn't end. 3. Eye contact exit. When you finish speaking, keep eye contact for 1 second longer than usual. Do not look down or away immediately. This signals confidence in what you just said. The dark secret and the ethical path. The dark secret of status is that it is largely a projection. You can hack people's perception of you by manipulating these signals. However, there is a catch. If you use these techniques to hide a lack of character, you will eventually be found out. True high status isn't about acting like you don't care, it's about building a life where you actually don't need the validation of strangers. Use these tools to clear the noise. Use the silence to listen to others. Use your low status signaling to make the quiet people in the room feel seen. The greatest power isn't making yourself look big. It's being so big that you don't mind looking small. Your next move. The next time you're in a crowded room and you feel that familiar urge to perform, to joke, or to prove your worth, stop. Take a look around. Notice who is making the most noise. Then, look for the quietest person. Which one do you actually respect more? If you found this breakdown of social psychology helpful, you might want to understand the invisible scripts that govern our everyday interactions. Stay grounded. Say less. Watch everything. See you in the next one.